Thierry Frémaux, welcome and thanks for having us at this symbolic location.
Et merci de nous accueillir dans ce lieu éminemment symbolique. Alors, votre métier à Cannes.
Could we compare your job with that of a football coach because you have to choose films like players, and is it quite heartbreaking?
Choisir des films comme des joueurs et en écarter beaucoup, c'est un crève-cœur chaque année.
Oui, c'est un crève-cœur.
Yes, it's heartbreaking because first we saw 1,800 movies. I'm not going to say that all were brilliant, but from that 1,800, 200 to 300 are in contention for around 50 places. There are 20 in competition. There is also a selection called Un certain regard. There are many movies that we love, that we cannot take. That's heartbreaking. There are many people we love and cannot invite. That's also heartbreaking. And we often remark critically, it's always a bit the same. Indeed, one might say in a funny way, you saw 1,800 movies. It's always Ken Loach, the Dardenne brothers and Woody Allen. It's also heartbreaking to continue to be faithful to directors, whom it is clear that they have to be at their very best, at the top of their game, to make the cut in the official selection. In addition, we also have to make room for the younger generation.
You said yourself at the selection stage that this is going to be a year of the stars.
Yes, they're not stars because they come to Cannes. They're stars because they're in the movies. Nowadays, you're a star at the click of a finger. If you present the weather, you're a star. If you do reality TV, you're a star. George Clooney and Julia Roberts are on Jodie Foster's film. Foster was a star as an actress and then became a director. But she started off as a comedian. Then we have Marion Cotillard, who stars with Xavier Dolan, the young protégé from Quebec, and Nicole Garcia. So two types of cinema. The same goes for Kristen Stewart, who has a lead role in the Woody Allen film while being paid very little, like all Woody Allen actors. Then in a completely different film, she stars in a film by Olivier Assayas, where she plays an American in Paris who spends her life sending text messages. So all these people are there because they took part in the films. But for us, the most important thing of all is the film.
There are also absentees. We think of Scorsese in Costa Rica. Costa Rica's film could not be seen.
Son film n'a pas pu être vu.
Both films are not ready. Scorsese's film comes out in December 2016 at the end of the year. And Marty must not delay the post-production. The same goes for Costa Rica, whose film has been 3 to 4 years in the making. He showed me a very long version, and I think we'll see his film in the autumn.
What is it that makes Cannes the most publicized, glamorous, and biggest film festival in the world?
Because Cannes Film Festival rests on 4 pillars. It rests on the directors, meaning the films. There's artistic credibility. We go to Cannes to see the best of the moment. We don't say the best of the year because, as I've told you, for Martin Scorsese or Costa Rica, all is not ready by the time Cannes arrives. Then there's the glamour. We spoke about that too. Then there's the industry, meaning the film market. People don't just come to go to the beach or watch the films or for pleasure. They come to work. Buyers, sellers, distributors, producers, directors, all sorts of people. Now TV people are coming because it's their job. Then there's the press, all of you who make Cannes what it is. The press is interested in who's treading the red carpet. But there's all the rest too. And basically that's our job. Cannes has to be the place to be. It's where it's all at.
En anglais, doit être the place to be, là où il faut être.
So each year there are major themes. This year, of the 21 films, 14 are from the old continent.
Proviennent du vieux continent.
La question de la production aujourd'hui est plutôt à se dire est-ce que le cinéma.
The important question today is, does cinema still count when stacked up against TV series and the internet? But it's cinema. A TV series. It's cinema. It's the language of cinema. What we are doing is the language of pure TV. It's information, it's live, it's football. However, the question of going to the cinema arises again. In China, a country making great strides economically, dozens of cinemas are opening each week, and since 2015, it's the leading country in terms of the cinema and box office. So we see that when a country emerges economically, one of the most important things is the cinema.
Quand un pays comme ça émerge économiquement, l'une des choses importantes, c'est le cinéma.
Alors revenons sur le festival.
Coming back to the festival, what's it like day to day? You, who have the best position to see the members of the jury, the artist, what's a typical day like for the boss of a film festival?
Du patron du festival.
I arrive at my desk at 9 a.m. At 10 a.m. it's already time for the first press conference and conference calls. I introduce a lot of films. This is important because you have invited many important guests. You have to welcome them. Then I have loads of meetings with foreign delegations. I do see the jury, but strangely we don't talk about the selection. We talk about the weather, whether it's sunny or rainy. For lunch, I usually meet up with Pierre Lescure, the president of the festival, guests, whether artists or professional. In the evening there are parties, red carpets. For the parties, I leave before 3 a.m. I need at least 5 hours sleep. Fewer than 5 hours and it's difficult to have a clear head.
At Cannes, there's a glamour, glitter, and several years ago we had a touch of rock and roll, notably when we saw Bono. This year we will have Iggy Pop, who was the subject of a Jim Jarmusch documentary. Then there's a homage to Prince. Was it you that brought us this frisson of rock and roll?
In fact, music is important. We have the magnificent trailer for the red carpet, the Cannes Generic March Festival, with the Carnival of the Animals by Saint-Saëns. And for several years, it has promoted several initiatives with beach concerts, red carpet concerts. You too came to celebrate Cannes' 60th anniversary by singing some songs to an absolutely huge crowd. So yes, Iggy Pop will be there. Prince and Bowie, we don't know what type of tribute we will have for them.
To round off this interview, you've been head of the festival for almost 15 years. What's your best memory?
I used to say that my best memory is the first. It's Baz Luhrmann's Moulin Rouge. It was my first red carpet with Nicole Kidman, with whom I became friends, and who for me is kind of a mascot for the festival. There are only good memories. Even the bad ones, dare I say, are not bad. The history of the cinema is one of highs and lows. And this is what makes it beautiful. Whereas life is not only made up of beautiful things, often we have painful memories that bring strong emotions.
Thierry Frémaux, thank you very much and have a great festival.
Merci beaucoup.